Put up a video saying you were wrong with every situation and the internet move on. I am not doing that. I don't give a... Yeah, simply bend the knee and lie about how you feel and everyone will stop bullying you. That's a great idea, dude. Yeah, no. Like, that, and people like that being like, you're a dirty Putin supporter. People calling me a Nazi. People saying I should die. Like, all kinds of... And like, nah, I don't give a shit. Dude, I grew up on 4chan. Like, you're not going to say anything that's going to make me upset. It's not going to work. Right?
Like, wait, what? What was that? What was that for? Hang on a minute. Hang on a second. What was that you just said? So back here, he's the Giga Chad, thick-skinned. I can take it, guys. I don't care about this sort of thing. Just do your worst. Nothing's going to upset me, okay? Back here, he was receiving a lot more positive support and attention. So I think that he's bullshitting here.
Yeah, simply bend the knee and lie about how you feel and everyone will stop bullying you. That's a great idea, dude. Yeah, no.
He was giving it the old, yeah, man, I'm so hard. I'm so hard I can take it, you know?
Dave became a member. If somebody says I grew up on 4chan, they for sure found out about 4chan on Reddit.
Yes, very true. Yes, exactly. Yeah, moments later, I'm getting death threats, guys. I'm crying.
100% not his normal voice? How would I maintain it for 12 hours a day? Insane behavior. Just go to my next meet and greet and record me. Like, I'll do one at TwitchCon San Diego. Be there. It's the voice chip, of course. Yes. They'll edit your voice. I know, dude. They're gonna do some weird bullshit. It's like how trans people train to do it. Oh my god, we're all the way back to he's actually secretly trans. It's long hair. I'm just a dude. Jesus Christ. You people are so stupid.
What is going on, everyone? It's me, your boy, That's Weird Bro, and we're back at it again with another PirateSoftware update. Now, we've not had one of these in a minute, because the story kind of went cold. If you're looking at his YouTube channel or his Twitch, it looks like he's not streamed in 11 days. And you're thinking to yourself, like, oh man, what's going on with Maldavius Figtree? My favorite second life content. Oh wait. Oh, hold on, let me update my... I'm sorry, Jason Thor Hall, my favorite cybersecurity analyst at Blizzard Software. Oh, wait. Jason Thor Hall, also known as PirateSoftware, also known as the sole developer at the studio PirateSoftware. Got it. Okay. The newest update on our favorite gaming-related lolcow is that he seems to have roached in real life. He is now declaring that he is out of mana and running away with his sub account and his ad revenue only partially in hand. Because, well, he's been deleting a lot of stuff. He deleted every live stream he's ever done on YouTube. Now, obviously, I don't have access to PirateSoftware's account on like the API backend. I can't tell you if he legitimately deleted these videos, but they are considered to be unlisted. So you absolutely need the link to even access them, and the only person that could get it would be PirateSoftware. And he also took down any of the playlists that had these streams in them. So now, getting your hands on any of PirateSoftware's old content is effectively impossible. Anything that isn't his actual videos that he's put under the video tab or under his shorts is basically lost media at this point. And he's deliberately doing this to stop people from being able to fact check him based on things that he said on previous streams, and to be able to basically farm more content and get more controversy out of things that he's done and said in the past. And look, while I think it's obviously funny, like any part of me that respects PirateSoftware as like a person, like, you know what I mean, like the baseline level of human respect, I'm like, dude, you gotta own up to this stuff. Just say, I've made some mistakes, I've been wrong. Name a few examples and take personal accountability, and then just move on from there. You could still do your regular streaming stuff. You can still keep making the game with the terrible spaghetti code that you're making right now. People really don't care that much. They're just making fun of you because, like, similar to the Mutahar thing, you posit yourself as someone that has a lot of credibility. You posit yourself as someone that has a lot of credence in these fields. And yet, the second that you're tried on your credibility, the second that you actually have to make any sort of distinction that matters, people start to realize, like, wait a minute, this guy's not, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And now Mutahar is getting pressed in the same way with the whole engineer claims as you are with being a game developer. And instead of just saying, you know, I'm more indie than I've been portraying myself. I'm not, you know, the genius programmer that made Diablo 3 and World of Warcraft like they were, as one could perceive from the way that he talks about how he worked at Blizzard for 7 years. It's insane to me to see that he's going to potentially throw away like this big of a career. He has all these videos, all this content, and like what? Is he going to just stop streaming? Is he going to just, you know, stop uploading or stop keeping the streams up? Because he has lost so many watch hours by deleting all of those old streams. This is probably something a lot of you already know, but I'm gonna run through it just to be clear. If you are a YouTube live streamer, the views that you get are not just accrued based on the people that showed up to that live stream when it happened. If you keep the content up as like a video and it hasn't already been copyright claimed because of music that played during the stream, you can still accrue ad revenue over the course of time, and as well as watch hours. When PirateSoftware unlisted all of these videos, he lost thousands upon thousands of watch hours, as well as the potential revenue that would come from them for the end of the month or from months after from people going back and watching his old streams, as well as all of those views just fall off of the planet, off of your global count. The second that those videos become unlisted, they no longer contribute towards the total overall views on his channel, which obviously he's someone that has a very successful channel because of shorts and things like that, so he's in no problem when it comes to the YouTube partner program or anything like that. He's obviously going to keep his monetization and things like that. But the issue comes into the fact of how much money he is going to be able to make if he's no longer going to be keeping up his VODs up for people to watch because he's so afraid of the backlash of things that he himself has said. If he truly cannot trust himself to such an extent that it is now costing him money, what is his business plan from here on out? Because I don't think PirateSoftware goes and gets a normal job. The job market's already bad enough in America right now. You're gonna tell me that a guy that's been sitting in his computer for the last decade and lying about working on games is gonna be able to get like an actual like labor job or be like a manager at McDonald's? No. It comes down to the same insincerity and insecurity that Mutahar has suffered from with his most recent controversy. You are someone that is a streamer, a YouTuber. You are somebody that through merely just creating content that entertains people and in some ways informs people. I would say that the content that Pirate and Mutahar both make falls under the edutainment category, where you're giving people information about technology and news and maybe even drama and stuff like that, right? But you're also trying to entertain, like, you know what I mean? You are making jokes. Like, yeah, there is a small amount of credibility that comes with it, but the largest amount comes from creation of content, consistency, and as well as just honesty. Just telling the truth in your videos. PirateSoftware and Mutahar failed on the honesty part. Nobody really cares about your diminished credentials as long as you're honest about everything else. You could be a normal layman with good research that makes content that is as good as PirateSoftware or as good as Mutahar. The only thing that's really carried them is time. Like they've just had a longer amount of time to grow a platform, and they've been incredibly consistent, which yes is a good thing. But if you're also lying to your audience for years, and heck, at some point, like it seems like PirateSoftware and Mutahar are lying to themselves, it's not a great place to be as a person, as a creator, to have an empire, a digital empire built upon lies and bolstering yourself up upon false credentials. And I went into this in the previous Mutahar video. People don't really care about YouTubers' credentials that much. It's not like you need a degree to be a YouTuber. The problem comes in when you make certain types of content where you then insist upon yourself being an expert, that it becomes an issue. Mutahar did not create engineer react videos like how you'll see like a bank robber reacts to GTA 5 heist, right? Mutahar treats all of his videos as if it's engineer reacts to X or engineer's response to Y, instead of like what it should be, Mutahar / SomeOrdinaryGamers response to that thing, because well he was a creator. Like, you know, he was his own infinite identity. It didn't always have to come down to his credentials, but he made it about his credentials. And now the same thing has happened to PirateSoftware, or I guess rather the reverse. PirateSoftware happened first and then Mutahar. PirateSoftware was carried by his credentials being somebody that worked at Blizzard, saying that he was somebody that did like cybersecurity analysis and pen testing for Battle.net, that they did QA testing for Diablo 3 and WoW. Like, it's an absurd amount of credentials for a young person to have, that it would make it seem like he's either got incredibly good connections or he's just a Nepo baby. Which, hey, if you're honest about one or the other, can't really say either is a bad thing, because at least you're honest. But you need to face reality at a certain point, which PirateSoftware and Mutahar are deep, conceited enemies with reality. I truly cannot make amends with this overwhelming foe. And if you're someone that doesn't want to be on reality's bad side, and you want to be on the right side of reality, make sure you hit like, comment, and subscribe. I'm really shocked to see that Pirate Software has actually done this. I honestly kind of I didn't really expect to ever make a Pirate Software Part 3. I really thought that he was just going to try to not address this drama. Anything that we would have gotten in terms of Pirate Software clips would just be him, people in his chat making fun of him for being a furry or whatever. Like, I thought that that was going to be the end of the drama, was just like what I covered in my last video. But no, it seems like he really is roaching out in real life and is depriving even his actual fans of content. But if you like people that don't deprive you of content, like I said before, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope all of you have a blessed day. Thank you, and peace out.